looking good. Just joking. Hi fans of high quality entertainment. I think I might have done this kind of idea in the past, but I wanted to do it again because it's fun. What I've done is I've taken 20 debut albums from my CD collection, and I'm gonna rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. And I've chosen some really good albums, so it's going to be difficult to kind of rank some of them. But that's the fun of ranking, at least for me. So the albums include Creedence Clearwater Revival, their first album, Devo, Question, Are We Not Men? Answer, We Are Devo. The Clash with their debut album. Meet the Residents, not the Beatles, Meet the Residents. Queen with their debut album. Procol Harum. Some band called Pink Floyd, I don't know if you've ever heard of them. The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Lou Reed. Blind Faith. Thankfully, it's not the other album cover. The Doors. Ramones. Steppenwolf. Talking Heads, 77. cc. And the Prague Corner just interviewed Graham Goldman about a week ago on his channel. Check that out. Excellent interview. Way to go, Scott. I think this is their first album. If it isn't, I'm sure somebody will let me know. Yeah, I think it is. Uriah Heep. Very heavy, very humble. Thumbnail. Okay, another band you might have heard of before, I don't know. Led Zeppelin. Three more. The Velvet Underground and Nico. Wire. Pink Flag. And no. Yes. Their first album. That's right, no Beatles, no Beach Boys. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I'll be back in this might take me a few minutes. And I will rank them. That was difficult. So here we go. Number 20. Love this band. Love their first maybe, I don't know, 8 albums or so. And I need to listen to more of their later albums. But their debut album, Procol Harum, I've only listened to this about 3 times. I love Conquistador, although the live version is even better. But Yeah, a Whiter Shade of Pale is not even on the original album, at least in the UK. So yeah, I've never gotten into this album. So at the moment, it's at number 20. Like I said, all the albums after this, up to Broken Barricades, I think is the last one I got, and I want to get more of them too. All the other ones I love. Okay, number 19, Meet the Residents. I've got a few Residents albums. Once again, I've only played this a handful of times. It's very, very weird, which I love. But yeah, just not my favorite Residents album, at least not at the moment. So it's number 19. Number 18 is 10cc. Great songs, great production. The only thing is, I just prefer, my favorite album of theirs is How Dare You. And then all the other ones are good, you know, the original soundtrack I have, and sheet music, which is probably my second favorite. And this is really good, but I never play it because I just rather listen to other albums. But you know, Rubber Bullets is probably my favorite. But great band. Number 17, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Excellent debut album. And they do great cover versions of I Put a Spell on You, and yeah, and Susie Q, but the whole album is really good for a debut album. I should actually rate these. So for now, I'm going to give this like a 5 out of 10. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Give this one 7 out of 10. And I'll give this one a 7 out of 10. Number 16, Lou Reed. Yeah, it took me a while to appreciate this album. I think it's underrated. I really do like this album a lot. It's not my favorite by Lou Reed. I have all of his albums. But I think it's a really good, except for the production. The production is kind of flat. But the songs on this, my favorite is probably Love Makes You Feel. But it's a good, very good album. I will give this an 8 out of 10. So we're getting into the really good albums here. I'm always losing track. Well, who cares until we get into the top 10. Next up is the debut album of The Clash. Once again, very good album. But when I go to reach for a Clash album, it's usually Sandinista or Give 'Em Enough Rope. But I really do like this album. And this one, it was in one of the album or CD exchanges with Glenn. And I do love some of their early albums, Uriah Heep. My favorite is Demons and Wizards, but this, I was really impressed with this. Especially their cover version of Come Away, Melinda. 8 out of 10. Okay, so this would be number 13. Number 13, Talking Heads 77. Love this band. My favorite album of theirs is Fear of Music. The only thing about this, as much as I love it, you get kind of tired of it quickly for whatever reason, but it's still a great album. And my favorite song would be, no, not Psycho Killer. It would be between Pulled Up and No Compassion. Number 12 would be, so that would be, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a really good album. Steppenwolf, their debut album. Once again, very underrated band. They put out a lot of great albums. My favorite might be between For Ladies Only and At Your Birthday Party. But of course this features Born to Be Wild and Suki, 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 Sue, and lots of other great stuff. Yeah, 9 out of 10. I just recently bought a book by this band. They didn't always get along, even though they were always singing about peace and love. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Great album, though. My favorite song would be, well, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, of course, and Helplessly Hoping, but every song is superb. 10 out of 10. And Deja Vu, I think I might like even a bit more. Okay, top 10. Number 10, Pink Floyd's debut album. Favorite song, Bike. And I love the 2 longer songs. And yeah, whole album is great. My favorite Pink Floyd album, though, is probably, well, The Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here and Metal. Top 10? That was number 10, right? Okay. Number 9. Now this album is coming out soon, remixed, and I'm excited for that because it definitely needed to be remixed. Otherwise, it's a 10 out of 10 album. Queen, their debut album. Favorite song is Keep Yourself Alive, which might be my favorite Queen song. Great King Rat, Modern Times Rock and Roll. Excellent. Number 8, Wire. I have the first 3 Wire albums. All 3 are kind of equal, is how much I love them. So all of these are 10 out of 10. It's kind of arty punk rock. It's just a great album. I'm losing track here, but we are on to number 7. Velvet Underground, 10 out of 10. I'm Waiting for the Man, Venus and Furs, Heroin. I even like the Black Angel's Death song. But my favorite album is the follow-up. White Light, White Heat. That's it. Number 6. Question. Are we not men? Answer. We are Devo. Yeah, I bought this when it came out. Loved it right away. I think it is my favorite Devo album, and I've got their first 3. Uncontrollable Urge, Mongoloid, Jocko Homo, probably my favorite Devo song. 10 out of 10. And this one features some live cuts too. Number 5. Once again, I bought this not knowing, back in the day there was no internet, believe it or not. And, reading about this band in the magazines, you take a chance. And I loved it, like I said, right away. Ramones. Favorite songs? I think my favorite is Today Your Love, Tomorrow the World, the final song. And then, Beat on the Brat, Blitzkrieg Bop. Now I want to sniff some glue. Number 4, which might be number 1 or 2 for a lot of my viewers. The Doors. 10 out of 10, by the way. Yeah. I love all of the Doors albums with Jim Morrison. I kind of, except for maybe Waiting for the Sun, it's my least favorite, but all the other ones are pretty equal. Favorite songs? Break On Through, yeah, just the whole album. Like My Fire, of course, and The End. Number 3, Yes. I think the first 2 Yes albums are kind of underrated by a lot of Yes fans. I think they're different, but they're as good for me as Fragile and Close to the Edge, because I love each and every song. My favorites would be Beyond and Before, Yesterday and Today, and they do this amazing cover version of the Beatles, Every Little Thing. Ooh, number 1 and 2 are kind of equal, but I had to put this at number 2 because of what's at number 1. Blind Faith, one of my all-time favorite albums. I have probably played this hundreds of times since getting it as a 58, 68, about 11 years old. Favorite songs are all of them. Number 1 is Led Zeppelin. What else would it be? One of the greatest debut albums of all time. And my favorite song on this is How Many More Times, but the whole album is amazing. And that is it. I would love your thoughts, what you agree with and what you disagree with, which is fine. Everybody's got their own opinions, and we can all get along, usually. So, yeah, leave your comments below, and please like the video, and remember to subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Not a great day, a wonderful day.